Hello everyone, this is Darryl20, and welcome to episode 88 of Darryl20's Let's Play series, where today I just disabled my fluorite miner, and as a matter of fact, I created a second miner, and also just turned that one off. So I actually have a miner both in the fluorite dimension and in the uranium dimension. Well, I considered making a dimension that had both, but then decided like, hey, why not just make two digital miners and call it a day? And that turned out to be a really good idea, so that's what I did. And hey, maybe I should get more elementium while I'm here. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, things and stuff exist. So today I might want to get into a little something newish. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness, look how many bad guys there are in here. Holy cow, that's a lot of bad guys. Woo! Look at all the mining. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful right there. Alright, that's enough elementium. I don't think we'll ever need more than that. So between episodes, I kind of just let fluorite and uranium run, and we have a lot of fluorite. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on. I think we're doing pretty good on fluorite. I should have put that in a drawer, maybe. Did I put that in a drawer? I doubt I put it in a drawer. I probably didn't. I might have. I don't know. Possibly not. Whatever. I did have to put more discs in here because, oh boy, did we fill up these four that we had, and then we started. So I threw four more in there, and we're good now. So today, I would like to maybe consider getting into blood magic. We did add blood magic to the pack relatively recently, so it is available now for us to play with and have fun. And that's the plan for today, is to jump into that mod and see what's new in the latest versions of Minecraft. I think we played with it a little bit in that Ocean Block series I did a while back. And I remember there was some new stuff in there, some stuff that was new to the mod and that we didn't really get a chance to look at. And now that we're on 118, there might be even newer stuff. I honestly don't know. But blood magic is where it's at. Now, if I popped open my patchouli book, which I'm assuming is in here somewhere, where's the many book, the book that can do all the things? This one? Ooh, Akashic Tome. Is the Sanguine Scientificum in here? Maybe not. It may not be, but that's okay. That's okay. We will get the Sanguine Scientificum. Just like this, and boom. Now we have the blood magic book. Sweet. Yeah. So there's a bunch of. I think there's new things. I don't know. Well, there's that whole dungeon system that I really enjoyed. Remember we checked that out a little bit in Ocean Block? Like it generates like dynamic dungeons or something like that. I don't know. We'll play with it. We'll check it out for sure. But yeah, that's what I wanted to get into today. So let's get started with blood magic, shall we? That sounds cool. Before I did that, though, what I wanted to do was get my copy-paste gadget here. Now, what do we have on copy-paste? We've got... Oh, yeah, we've got that guy. Really? I copied and pasted that thing? Well, that's cool. But what I would like to do... Probably... Yeah. So let's do... Let's do this. So that we can copy and paste. So what I'll probably want to do is switch you into copy mode, clear out our current copy. Cool. Okay. So you, and then if I'm standing on the block, it's 103. Roughly that? That's 105. So no, I'm very off. If I'm standing on the block, it's 103. That should be cool. Sweet. Now, realistically, I probably want to go from here. Right? We want to go one up. And I think That's what we would want to do, right? Now, if I were to paste that, let's say... Ugh, you're putting me in the wrong position. Can I rotate you? Kind of, but not really, I guess. Open GUI. Yeah. Well, what I could do is kind of anchor you here. And move you like this. That should be cool, right? Yeah, look at that. Okay. That would be good. That's about where we want it to be. Okay. That looks cool. And then what we would want is... Oh, that's right. We have a lot of things in here, don't we? So realistically, all I would want to paste is... Yeah, look at that. It captured everything. That's kind of cool, actually. But if I just got the bricks that I needed... And then we got the chiseled, polished darkstone and the layered andesite. So layered andesite. How much of that did we need? 129 is enough. Chiseled, polished darkstone. We should be good. So let's try pasting it and see what happens. Looks like it worked, right? Does that look like it worked? I feel like it worked. Look at it, worked. Sweet. Though he did manage to put these in here. I don't know how. Did I have some of those in my inventory? I guess I did. I don't know how. But other than that, that works, yeah? And is that the right height and everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, that works. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So now we have a blood magic area. Haha. All right, and then let's light up some sconces in here, so we're good to go. Perfect. And then we can switch this back to projectile, because that's how I like my lights to be. And yeah, that looks overall pretty good. All right, let's get started. So to get started in blood magic, and we can also flip through the sanguine scientifium if we wanted to. I don't think I need this stuff, and I don't probably need you or you or you or you at the moment. And I don't need you in my inventory, and I probably don't need... Oh, I might need that. So there's a couple things we need to get. First off, we need the blood altar. And in order to get that, we're going to need some kind of stone, some kind of furnace, and some ingots. So that seems pretty cool. We will need to upgrade this thing eventually, and we will, but we'll get there. Okay? So that's kind of step one, is the blood altar. We're also... We'll get this. And I'm going to start with this on the ground-ish. Though eventually we're going to want this to be up higher. And I'm trying to remember how much higher it needs to be. If I have to move the ceiling up a little bit, I probably will. We'll see. We'll see what we have to do. I'm not 100%. I don't remember exactly. Because I remember eventually we're going to want like a 3x3 platform, but then it like goes even higher. Maybe what I could do... What if we started it at the top of the room so that we'd be ready to be up here? And then we could probably expand out downwards? That's the thing with blood magic, because I always want it to be like on ground level, but then it needs to be higher up. Unless I put this on the roof. On the roof of my mage tower? That could be kind of cool, right? That could be kind of cool if I'm thinking about it. Like maybe it's on the roof. The blood magic-y bits. And we could build our altar up on the roof. Would that be cool looking? You know, I'm trying to make stuff look good. Or at least, you know, to a degree. So what if we put it up on the roof? So what I would say is let's go in the center of this room here. Stick a ferro flare lantern up there so that it lights up the roof. And then we could map out what the tier 5 altar looks like. So those are your runes, Tears of Slates, Redstone and Automation, Soul Network, Blood Altar. Do you have the tier 5 visual that I could do? That would be cool, right? Just have to figure out. Is that kind of neat? Hey, you were supposed to anchor that and stick. That's why I clicked you. So I know we would want you up there. Right? So what happens if I anchor you like this? Hey, anchor. Anchor. Thank you. Would that be cool looking? That could be cool. That could actually be very cool. So you're like set up like, you're a little bit too far out that way. We should push you back one, I think would be accurate. Yeah, I think, is the roof centered black? Because it's centered white. Because you're off by 2 over there, is that right? Yeah, so we want to move this forward too. Right? And then you realistically look like you're anchored a little bit lower. All right, let's see how that looks. Is that pretty cool? I think that looks cool, right? Yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. So, and that's going to be a tier 5 altar. Now, I think there was a tier 6, but I don't know if there is a tier 6 anymore. So this is just planning ahead for what the end game altar is going to look like, right? Now, remember, the altar is inside this block space. So when we place our altar, we want him to sit right here, okay? Okay, and then we can plan for what will eventually be the tier 5 altar, right? Okay, so now we just, kind of plan this out a little bit. Technically, that can be an empty space. Yeah, let's plan this out in advance, which is something that Dyer almost never does when he's building. But like I said, I'm trying to make this look cool. I can't guarantee that I'll be successful in making it look cool, but we're going to try, right? Okay. Okay. And then you go this way. It's a little bit hard to see, but not the end of the world. Hopefully this, ain't too hard to see on YouTube. Okay. Eat. So this is what it will eventually look like. Let me finish building this out. Probably because at this point you guys get the point, and we'll be right back. Technically, I don't think there needs to be a block there or there, but the rest of that's cool. All right, so that, I think, is pretty cool. Did I miss this column? I may have. All right. So everything's laid out in bricks right now, with the exception of the beacons, which I guess I could put the beacon here, right? I guess it wouldn't hurt to put a beacon here. A little bit hard to see with all the rendering on top of the bricks, but you get the idea, I think. Blood Magic is just such a cool mod. It's been around forever, it feels like. And there's so many cool things you can do with it. Okay. So now if we cleared this, does that look good? That looks really good to me. So that's what our altar is going to eventually look like, right? Now we can do all kinds of cool stuff to make it look nice. And can we just talk about how neat it is that my stone bricks just constantly... I mean, that's just the best. Right? Right? Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. All right, so we've got a blood altar now. So that's step 1. So step 1 complete. Sweet. So So there's alchemy tables, which I don't think we can get into until we get into Blood Magic's altars a little bit. Alchemy arrays have some cool stuff. Living equipment is cool stuff. Yeah, this is all starting to come back to me. So Arcane Ashes is something we're going to want eventually. And that is made in an alchemy table. So we're definitely going to need an alchemy table sooner than later. I might expand to this platform a little bit into a 5x5, just because that'll probably be my working area. And we're going to want to automate things, you know, to the best of our abilities, of course, as well. And I have a couple ideas on a neat, newish sort of way to automate stuff. We'll see. But I have a couple ideas on something that might be cool. Might be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I have an idea or two. I'm gonna keep it to myself for a second though. I'm gonna torture you guys with no knowledge of what I'm talking about. But I have an idea or two that might be really cool. Let's get an anchor for up here. And we'll call it Blood Magic. Cool. Now can I... Oh, good. I can teleport from home base up to Blood Magic, and then boom, we're ready to do our stuff. Sweet. All right. Dagger from Blood Magic. So there's the Dagger of Sacrifice, but that requires a tier 2 altar. There's also the self-sacrifice. Oh, look at that. Neat. I think it's called a knife. Am I right about that? Yes, the sacrificial knife. And that one we can make with just regular old items. Cool. So to get started in Blood Magic, you need to do this. Ouch. And that'll fill up the blood altar a little bit. And then we can start getting our very first blank slates. Cool. So blank slates is just any kind of stone in there with 1,000 life points. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to heal myself. Is there a regen spell? I'm just curious. Is there regen? Really? There's no regeneration glyph? That's weird. There's heal. Strange that there's no regen, right? What are my other options for regeneration? There's potions, there's that stuff, there's modules from RF Tools utility. That could be cool to go down. Think we could do that? A syringe with a witch in it could get me regeneration. That could be cool. Pretty sure. Let's do this. We haven't done regeneration modules in a while. So we're going to need the environmental controller. Mover controller, space chamber controller, screen controller, environmental controller? Is that what it's called? That's interesting. Why does it look so weird? Why does it look so weird? Anyone? Bueller? I guess we converted all our flowerite, so let's get some emeralds cooking. Yeah? Okay. Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay. So the environmental controller is a super neat block. It can give you cool bonuses and effects and stuff. I'm going to infuse him because I just noticed he has an infusion option. How many blocks was it? Or how many stacks was it? It's 4 stacks, right? Yoink, yoink, yoink. Sweet. 100% infused. Then we're going to need a syringe with witches in it. So we get an empty syringe. And I think we have to hit witches. So let me get a thingy. Mob imprisonment tool. I don't suppose we have one with a witch in it already, right? I don't think so. But if I just turned you... Let's see, you're currently running, right? Where's all the mobs? Oh, there was one. I think they're just dying too fast. Can we pause you guys? Probably not in a great way. That works, right? So the bottom one should be on redstone mode. Let's see if we can catch a witch in here. Hoping for a witch. Might have to find another witch another way. Give me a sec to find a witch. Got one. Come here, witch. Okay. So now let's run with redstone signal. This thing's full, right? Yes, lots of essence. I'm going to turn on the lights. That will kill all the things in there nice and quickly. Goodbye, little slimes. I'm going to replace you with a witch spawn. And let's see how we get these guys to go. Hello. I think I just... Mob essence 20. Okay. I think you left-click them. And you'll get witch essence. We're at 70. We're at 90. So you have to click them 10 times to get 100% witch essence. Cool. All right, lights off. Well, I don't even know that we need to run this thing anymore. Just leave it on. Fine. And then we can use that to get a regeneration module. Oh my goodness, we need lots of golden apples. And we need a module template, which needs a infused one of these dudes, and then a module template. And this would get me regen 1, I believe. Okay. But if we wanted to get a regen plus, right, we could get a module plus template. Which is for these, and 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say, of these. Then we can get a module plus template, and then we can get this guy. Sweet. Now, if we were to bring this up here, and I'm going to hide this under the ground a little bit, but basically I'm going to put it right here for now. I don't know if we're going to need something underneath this or not, but we'll see. We might want to have something off that. We'll see. Because sometimes I've done stuff with redstone under there. But I'm going to adjust this area, so the radius will be 3 blocks. Well, I guess 5 is the smallest. And the height is at the Y level. So if we're at 118 there, let's say 118... 125. My goodness, that number entering thing is weird. And 5? Is that cool? Oh. Let me stick that in there. And then we give you power. How much power are you taking? Not much. Because it's such a small radius that it's affecting, right? Players in the list, so it's a black, so you can filter on who can get it. That's cool. Redstone mode ignored. So in theory, when I stand up here, I should get regen. I don't know that I am. Oh yeah, look, I am. Look, it gave me regen 3. That's cool. How great is that? Regeneration 3, just chilling. Not too shabby. All right. Then we can get some stone. Boop. And pop you in there. And that should convert into that. Now, here's the deal. I want to automate this, but probably not before I get a tier 2 altar, I would guess. Yeah, I would guess tier 2 altar is when we're going to want to automate this bad boy. Is that fair? Probably. Probably. Now, I believe we can throw a diamond in there to get our very first orb. And we can do way more efficient things, and we can kill mobs instead of, sacrificing our own life points for this magic. But it'll be cool. Trust me, we'll get there. All right, so you should be turning into our first Blood Orb, which will be useful for some other cool stuff we want to do. Hello, thank you. Sweet. Right-clicking it binds it to your player, and then your player has his own life point network, which I'll explain a little bit more in depth once we get our first sigil. So Sigil of Divinity, Divination Sigil, would be cool if we could make our Arcane Ashes, which needs an alchemy table, which needs a blank slate, right? So I'm pretty sure what we're going to want to do here is make our alchemy table now that we have blank slates. And I know this is a multi-block, so it looks like that. Cool. And I'm pretty sure if we put our weak Blood Orb in here, he should absorb the life points that are in this altar and fill up my soul network. Sweet. Okay, now to make Arcane Ashes, we're going to need, in the alchemy table, redstone dust, white dye, gunpowder, and charcoal. So redstone dust, white dye, gunpowder, and charcoal. Cool. Oh, look at that. Orb error. Orb tier is not high enough for the recipe. I agree, which is why we're going to get this orb out of here and put it in there. And now he should craft. Sweet. And he's going to use the life points that are stored in my personal soul network, which, again, I'll explain in a minute once I get this thing made. Sweet. Arcane Ashes. Cool. Now, to make my first sigil, the Divination Sigil, we're going to need redstone dust and a blank slate. So we get some redstone dust, and we use these arcane ashes. They are a crafting mechanic. You place it on the ground, you put the thing that's on this slot into it, boom, and then you add this guy to it, boom, and then he will craft for us. Sweet. Is that cool? Boop. And he made ourselves a Divination Sigil. So this Divination Sigil will show you how much LP is in your player's soul network, which, again, you can fill up either by just right-clicking the orb, and it'll do that. Okay? And you'll notice we now have more LP in our soul network, or we can absorb it out of a blood altar. So as we put it in there, it's absorbing. The other thing we can do with the Divination Sigil is identify how much LP is in the blood altar itself. You can see it's currently a tier 1 altar. Its current essence is 5,820 LP. That's how much is in there. And its current capacity is 10,000. And these life points are being generated by me right-clicking this sacrificial knife. Okay. And we're at 8620. And we're at 10,000 LP. At this point, we can't put any more LP into the altar, so there's really no point in right-clicking. So, it's cool. Now, let's do something. Let's do a fluid detector. There's a scanner for fluids. Is there a fluid sensor from RF Tools? There's skulk sensors from that. Glyph. Universal sensor. A highly flexible device can monitor a wide selection of block, empty, and world conditions and emit its own signal as needed. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I thought there was a fluid thing from RF Tools. Is it a monitor? Is it called a monitor? Might be called a monitor. Storage monitor, crafting monitor. I thought RF Tools had a fluid monitor. Didn't it? Am I crazy? Maybe it doesn't exist anymore? So how can we measure the fluid in a tank? Let's see what we can see. We could try the old screen system from RF Tools. Can screens emit a redstone based on stuff? I feel like yes. I feel like maybe yes. Okay. I have to remember how screens work from RF Tools. There's this guy. Sneak right click for the GUI insertion of modules. Use screen controller to power screens remotely. Fluid. Not connected. So we need a screen controller, which would be you. Okay. And then I'm going to go down here and connect you to that guy. Is that cool? And we'll scan for nearby screens. Oh, look at that. 10,000. Sweet. That's cool. So at least we know what's going on there. Label LP. So if I do that, does that... Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, cool. Show the amount of LB, MB, full format, left alignment, and which block it's aligned to. Now, can't we do a screen redstone-y thing that allows us to play redstone channel? I thought we could use screens to emit a redstone signal. Maybe we need the advanced one? Assuming we just upgrade this bad boy. Monitoring this and that and this. I don't think that that made a big difference, did it? No, it didn't. Also, that label shouldn't be RF. It should be LP. But that didn't seem to make all that much difference. So, yeah. I have infinite of these now, don't I? Pretty sure I do. Can't I use screens to emit a redstone signal? I feel like I could. Let's see how this sensor works. Can I I want to monitor it remotely if I can. If I can't, then that's okay. Oh my goodness, hello, look at that. Universal sensor. That's cool. To select a sensor, insert the appropriate upgrades and navigate through the folder structures. Sensors are marked with a yellow button text. All right, so I'm going to try making a flux compressor for this thing. And that's going to need a couple of heat sinks. Now, these guys, as I recall, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we're going to, let's see. So we're going to want you. I guess you come out here. And because I think this will do what I want it to do, but we're going to have to find out for sure if I'm right. Okay. And then we're going to want the thing that this turns into. Where's that thing? There it is, this thing. Cool. So that'll craft all that stuff for me. Where'd he go? There he is. So that goes there. You are going to want to work on high signal. And if I just put a redstone dust here, would that be cool? Or do I have to do anything fancier than that? You feel like you're connected to that, don't you? Let's see what happens. So if you are less than 4, is that enough to kick you on or no? No, you're being a stinker about it. Well, I need some of these anyway. So opposite side is south. You are going to input. And this side will be an output. Oh, and you need RF, don't you? That's right. Cool. Are you therefore running? Yeah, he is running. Look at that. Okay, cool. And then he will also need a heatsink. Okay. So just, heatsink him up. And then that's a nice and simple way to get things going. Now you're going to get power. I'm going to throw a block tracker in here. Block. Redstone. Comparator, heat. Light level. Presence? I don't know what presence means. Redstone. Comparator. I was hoping that I could detect the fluid amount in there. I don't know if I need a dispenser upgrade or not. We're just trying to find a neat way to wirelessly detect what's up. I'm pretty sure this can't detect fluid contents, right? I guess we could check real quick too. Though that wouldn't be wireless, but still. Yeah, it's just detecting for the existence of a block. Well, that's cool. You can detect when a player right-clicks a block. We would also need a GPS. Maybe if I GPS tool it first, we'll be in a better place. Okay. Block. Comparator? Simulates a redstone comparator at the position marked by the GPS tool so that output redstone portion of the contents of the inventories of the position. The comparator on the side, depending in the case of multiple. Yeah. So he's sensing. Is he emitting a redstone signal? He is, actually. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I guess. And I'm assuming that that redstone signal is relative to how full the tank is, right? So if I were to do this, I don't need you guys at the moment anymore. You can totally tick accelerate this thing, by the way. Okay. Yeah, now he's redstone signal 9. I mean, that's kind of cool. I guess. Because that works, right? I was really hoping I could like directly measure the amount of fluid and just have it output like a full signal. But that, that kind of works. All right, and I'm just going to have you be 2. So if you're less than 2, emit a redstone signal. Deal? Works for me. Yeah, and our heat's fine. So I think we're good there, right? That works. All right, cool. So at least we have a way to measure the amount of LP in this thing right now. So what I want to do is whenever it's, let's say, half full, we can auto insert and extract. So let me do this. Let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next episode and we'll set up some automation with blood magic and get some cool things going. Cool? For now, Double 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.